date is June 14th, 2020, and we are in Buckeye Yard near a granite business towards the mouth of the yard, where here we see CSX Q147 putting his train together for the nightly run to Chicago. There are two GEs powering Q147 today, CSX 3226, a GE ES44AH, and behind him is CSX 5406, a GE ES40DC. Now I want to bring your attention to 5406 here because it's a DC GEVO in the boxcar paint. Even though it's nothing too special, I think the DC GEVOs look sharp in boxcar paint, so I think it's a pretty good catch in my opinion. After seeing that, we then move to June 16th, 2020, and we are in McCord Park in Worthington, Ohio. We are here today to catch NS 8114, the original Norfolk Southern Heritage unit which was leading 19M on this day. So let's see how this went down. Before 19M went through, Norfolk Southern decided to send a southbound intermodal train down the Sandusky District. I have reason to believe this is 234 because it didn't have UPS traffic, and it was also pretty long too. I'm going to keep recording because there's another train coming north.
Might be the NS.
Possibly.
Yeah. Yep, it is.
Yeah, that looks very orange. Literally almost a few seconds went by since 234 passed when we heard another horn of a northbound train, which in this case was 19M, with the original Norfolk Southern Heritage unit leading the way. I mean, look at this thing. How can you miss it? It's bright orange, even though it's pretty dirty. After seeing this Heritage unit, I have officially surpassed the halfway mark with all 20 of the Norfolk Southern Heritage units. I've seen 10, now I got 10 more left to see. After seeing 8114, we then move a few days later onto June 18th, 2020, and we are in Kileville, Ohio on the CSX Scottslawn Secondary to watch the nightly CSX Q147 roll past us. By now, if you don't know what Q147 is, it's double-stack traffic from Columbus, Ohio to Chicago, Illinois. Prior to going to Kileville, we saw a very short-lived thunderstorm with a mean and menacing storm structure. Unfortunately, the drizzling rain continued after the storm passed, even when Q147 came through. While under our car's liftgate and out of the rain, Q147 screams his way through Kileville on his way to Chicago.
What kind of engine is that?
I've known Q147 was going to have a consist like this a day or two prior to coming out here, but it was still nice to witness. Anyways, leading Q147 was a rare lash-up. CSX 4072, an EMD SD40-3 was in the lead, followed by CSX 8009, an EMD SD40-2, specifically an X-Seaboard unit. These locomotives have pretty much been demoted to work trains, locals, or yard service, so it's kind of rare to see SD40s leading an intermodal train, which basically was the reason why we came out here. After seeing that, we returned to Kileville a couple days later on June 20th, 2020, where here we see CSX Q311, manifest traffic from Russell, Kentucky to Avant, Indiana, and there was a very good reason why we came out on this day. Leading Q311 on this day was a sight to behold for me. CSX 7007, a GE rebuilt CM44AH. What these locomotives are, they are overhauled and rebuilt GE AC4400 CWs, with the work being done at Wabtec GE to make them more reliable for CSX. Technically this is a CM44AC, but a CM44AC and AH are pretty much the same, just one weighs more than the other. So this is the first one I was able to catch successfully on camera, and I gotta tell you, these locomotives were pretty hard to catch. I've been seeing quite a few of these, and I wasn't able to get any on camera, so this is the first one I was able to catch successfully with a video or any pictures. After seeing the CM44, we then move a few days later onto June 22nd, 2020, and we are next to the CSX Hocking Valley line in Worthington, Ohio. The reason why we are here is because a coal train is moving southbound on this line, symbol W210. The other reason why we are here is because we missed a K898, which is a molten sulfur train that heads to Russell, Kentucky, and it had two Canadian nationals on it, with one being a 100th anniversary unit. but unfortunately we missed that, so we decided to go for this. A clear signal is seen past the East Dublin-Granville Road railroad crossing, telling the crew of W210 to go the max authorized speed allowed by the dispatcher, and within about 30 to 45 minutes later, the headlights from W210 appeared in the distance, telling us to get ready, and the crew was not wasting any time trying to get this delivery of coal to its destination on time. The crew was also pretty friendly as well. After that, we then move to June 25th, 2020, and we are in McCord Park in Worthington, Ohio, hoping to catch some more trains. Unfortunately, though, action was pretty lackluster. So lackluster, in fact, that only one train went through, and it was a southbound coal train on the Norfolk Southern Sandusky District, led by an SD-78 Tier 4 credit and an AC-44 C6M. After seeing that, we then moved to the very next day, on June 26th, 2020, and we are back in Worthington, Ohio on the CSX Hocking Valley line. There are two reasons why we are here. One, because Norfolk Southern Sandusky District traffic has dwindled down drastically, and two, there's a CSX southbound tanker train symboled K459 heading this way. A clear signal is seen past the East Dublin-Granville Road railroad crossing, telling the crew of K459 that he has a clear track ahead of him. And after a long time of waiting, K459's headlights was seen in the distance. With a sun-bleached UP ES44AC and an SD70AH, K459 screams his way south past us. Pacific locomotives pulling the train, something else caught my attention within the train that a good chunk of it was consisting of brand spanking new tank cars. Later on in the day, we go to Kileville, Ohio on the CSX Scottslawn Secondary. The reason why we are here is because before we saw K459, I saw 2 GE locomotives from CSX in Buckeye Yard, and one of them was still wearing the Y&2 paint scheme, so we decided to come out here and see if we can catch it. However, the train with the Y&2 leader, which in this case was Q147, couldn't come just yet. The reason for that is because an as-needed grain train flew its way east on the Scottslawn Secondary, symbol G629. It had a friendly crew aboard with an interesting lash-up as well. Leading G629 was a pair of Tier 4s. Leading the train is CSX 8908, an EMD ST70AH, which was built in 2019, and behind him was CSX 3305, a GE ET44AH, which was built in 2015 for CSX. Quite the interesting lash-up because it showcases the Tier 4s from both GE and EMD. After some time of waiting after G629 went through, Q147 raced his way west on his way to Chicago. I would also like to take this time to point out that Q147 was pretty long today. The train totaled at 8,599 feet, which is pretty long compared to the previous Q147s we've seen over the past weeks, which were pretty short. Now that Q147 has passed us, let's take an in-depth look at the lead locomotive, CSX 508, a GE AC 4400CW which was built in 2001 for CSX. And as you can see in 2020, it still wears its as-delivered YN2 paint scheme. These locomotives are now one of a kind in YN2 because the vast majority of the remaining C40-8Ws and C40-9Ws are sitting in storage in Waycross, Georgia, pending eventual retirement. So the AC 4400s, along with 16 EMD locomotives, still wear the YN2 paint scheme. Also, not to mention that the AC 4400s are also disappearing with the modernizations with the CM 44 rebuilds. So if you see any of the 16 remaining EMDs or an AC 4400 in YN2, get your pictures while you can because I don't think YN2 is going to last much longer. And with that, we now reach the end of yet another video. What can I really say about this? CSX has been impressing my cameras a lot more than NS these days, which I find kind of surprising because it's usually the other way around. Anyways, hit the like button down below, leave a comment and tell me what you think of it, subscribe to my channel, and tap the bell button to be notified when I get a new video out. Also subscribe to my friend Ohio Train Vlogs because he was with me at one point in the video. Also stay safe from COVID-19 everyone, keep good hygiene, and have a nice day.